Some narcissists actually hate it when you act differently in public than you do at home. If you're new here, my name is Lee Hammond. I'm a clinically diagnosed narcissist, and welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about just that, how you act differently at home than in public, as well as the narcissistic person as well. Stay tuned, like, and subscribe for more. Thank you. So, if you're new here, I'm a diagnosed narcissist. I have narcissistic personality disorder. And one of the main things that used to annoy me before therapy, y'all, with my relationship with my wife, was the fact that she acted differently around other people than she did with me. And I know that might make you think, you were like, well, the narcissist typically acts different in public than they do at home too. But when she acted different, like we would go out places and stuff like that, she'd be funny, everybody would love her and have a lot of friends and stuff like that, joking and laughing and just being playful and just a different person than she was with me. And that used to annoy me. So we would get into arguments about that. Like, why are you so different and fun and caring and loving outside of the house, but when you come home, you're quiet, you don't talk to me, we don't communicate, and it was annoying. But now through therapy, I realized the fact that, being a narcissist, she couldn't be herself around me, or she felt like she couldn't be herself around me, but she felt comfort being around other people, and she felt comfortable enough to be herself around other people. So I think freedom of expression has helped our relationship now. Yeah. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. So if you haven't already, hop over on Amazon, grab that self-love journal, I Love Me, a self-love journal by Lee Hammond. Helps you rebuild that identity and then self-love before, during, or after a toxic relationship dynamic. You know what I mean? But anyways, y'all, that's one of my biggest gripes. I know it sounds childish and out of place and whatnot, but one of my biggest gripes is the fact that I used to hate when my wife behaved differently in public than she did at home. And yes, I understand the dynamic that she didn't feel safe at home to express herself and to be her normal self. I understand that, y'all. So you don't have to leave that comment. I know it. My therapist said, I said it in the end. I said it in the video. When I posted a video on TikTok, a lot of people in the comment section, oh, she didn't feel safe. I said it. Okay. But anyways, y'all. But it's the mindset of a lot of narcissistic people, y'all. We hate it when you act differently in public than you do at home. It frustrates us. You know what I mean? It really, really does. It makes us feel a certain type of way about you. We hate it. We think you're being fake. We think you're being disingenuous. But what most narcissists don't do in this situation, and that includes me, is we don't take a look at why you're behaving this way. We think you're being fake with them. You see what I'm saying? We think you're being fake with them when you actually being your authentic self with them. But at home, you actually you feel like you're being stifled, and a lot of times your opinion doesn't matter, your voice doesn't matter, so you don't feel the need to talk. Like, why the hell am I going to talk if I'm not going to be listened to? Why the hell do I need to open my mouth if I'm not going to be heard? Why do I want to crack a joke to somebody who doesn't think I'm funny? You see what I'm saying? Why do I want to show love and appreciation to somebody who doesn't care when I do it, who thinks it's too much, who thinks I'm being fake? Narcissists hate when you act differently in public. But we all know the dynamic, y'all. We all know the kind of irony there is that most narcissists are different in public than they are at home. You know what I mean? But I feel like the opposite is true. We are our true selves at home. We are fake out in public. Whereas the survivor, victim, thriver, whatnot, whatever situation you're in, you are fake. I won't necessarily say fake at home. You're not yourself at home when you feel more real and authentic out in public. You know what I'm saying? Because you're around people who appreciate you. You're in a safe zone. You don't feel safe at home. And I understand that now, whereas a few years ago, I didn't understand it, y'all. So it would cause arguments because I thought she was being fake. It literally would cause an argument in my household because we be out having fun. I would just people cross like the room, and I see my wife over there laughing, just kiki with people, blah blah blah, boo 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 beep beep beep, and I was like, I don't get that version at home. So I would get angry. I would be still faking like I was doing good in public. I was making people laugh and being my normal self. But we get in the car, I'm like, what the hell was that about? And she'd be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you laughing and funny? Like, why don't you do that at home? Like, why are you acting like this in public? I feel like you being fake as hell right now. Why are you doing it? Argument on the way home. So immediately after this high of her having a good time, I would get in the car and shut it down. Like, you being fake. I know people gonna say, well, Lee, she was being fake to you, blah, blah, blah. The red pills, boy. The red pill people, I think they hate me because they think I'm only talking about women, and they think I'm talking about narcissistic men. Women can be narcissists, y'all. When have I ever said that women cannot be narcissists? I'm just giving my perspective as a heterosexual male in America, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? How it goes. cisgendered heterosexual male. I mixed it up a lot, y'all. But no, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Y'all know we are all inclusive over here. I'm free of labels, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Be you, do you. But yeah. But it's the mindset though, y'all. I used to think she was being fake, but she was being real out there. So is it better now? No, people want to ask, like, is it better now? Yeah, it's better now, y'all, because we have a more open line of communication at home than we used to. You see what I'm saying? Whereas back in the day, she would feel stifled to say something. She doesn't feel that way. She doesn't feel stifled. Even if she does feel stifled, we've got to the point now. I mean, not even if she does feel stifled. Even if she does feel like if she feels uncomfortable saying something, she knows it needs to be said, because that's what leads to the different presentations at home and in public, because we don't want to say what we really want to say. You know what I'm saying? So she says what she wants to say, what she needs to say. Yeah, it might not go over the best. It might not be, oh, thank you for saying that. I really love you when you talk down on me. You know, it might not go over the best, but we handle it in a very a healthier manner than we used to. And it's very extremely difficult to get to this point as a narcissist. Y'all, I know people are going to like, well, can my partner get there? Can my ex get there? Yeah. It is extremely difficult to get here. I will be in therapy for the rest of my existence. I'm 37 years old right now. I'll be 38 on July the 14th. It was extremely difficult for me to get to this point. You see what I'm saying? It was extremely difficult for me to get here. So getting and I'll be like, if your partner can't commit to one therapy appointment, how they gonna commit to going for therapy for the rest of their life? You know what I mean? Ask yourself that question right there. I know it's a tough question to answer and it's going to suck, but I feel like asking yourself that question can bring you some realization, because your feelings might not ever be validated in the relationship that you're in right now. I know it sucks to hear that, but you might need to hear that. Your feelings might not ever matter the way that they should matter in your relationship. You might not ever get to be your authentic self with your current partner. And I'm not telling you to leave your current partner. I'm just saying, take into account and come to the realization that you might be just like my wife in this situation. You might be friendlier, more authentic, have more fun out in public than you do at home. Whereas you might be exactly like her in this situation, but you might not get in the situation that the person like myself is willing to realize that the relationship is struggling. The problem the relationship is struggling is because of me. You see what I'm saying? That person in your life might not ever get to that point. Probably won't ever get to that point. Especially in today's society where people are enabling the behavior more times than not, just making it seem like it's just normal behavior to just shut your partner's emotions down. You say, again, I'm not telling you to leave. I'm just saying, taking into consideration that this might be your life for the extent. This might be your life for the rest of your life. This might be your life for the rest of your life. So be as safe as possible, be as strong as possible. Live the life that you feel like you need to live, you deserve to live, and not the life that others expect of you. Not the life your partner expects of you. Live the life that you expect and you deserve of yourself, But anyway, y'all, I hope this episode brought you some clarity. I hope it brought you some peace. Like I said, the Self-Love brand is available. I Love Me. The Self-Love Journal is available. Check it out on Amazon, y'all. Check this out on my link in my bio. The Self-Love brand. Stay tuned for more. Like and subscribe for more. And as always, mental illness is out. Peace.